Happy summer, everybody. Your friendly neighborhood neighbor, the Joker. you know, usually I come out when there's anarchy. But you know what? Sometimes I come out to celebrate when somebody changed the narrative, when it's changed the course of was supposed to be something different, to be something set in a way supposed to be considered the impossible. As you know, last night, boxing champion Clarissa T-Rex Shields made a debut in MMA with the company Pitiful Fighting League. And she debuted against a jabroni, by the name of Brittany Elkin. Well, you know why. Brittany was prick. She was a mark from the get-go. But Brittany, she thought she had a chance. Brittany had a plan, I think. But it wasn't much of a plan. As you know, the self-proclaimed GOAT. She's been 11-0 in women's boxing. A 2-time gold medalist and an Olympian. But this was an opportunity for her to make a legend coming over to MMA. And MMA has gotten popular the last few years. Women's boxing is not as successful compared to men's. Women don't get as much money, not as much attention. Fights are far and few between. And Clarissa decided she wanted to take a chance at boxing. So they handpicked her cherry pick opponent, and that was Brittany Elkin. And here about Brittany was that this was PSL's idea, because the fact was they wanted someone like Clarissa Shield, especially after her success after the defeat of Christina Hammer, and after her last fight, which was about a little over a year ago, was against The Care, which made her 11-0. And then she went over to Winkle John Gym. Whitney, don't be there. Get out of there. Don't get out of that gym, Whitney. Don't be in that gym. You're not one of them. You're not one of them like them. Don't be in the Winkle John Gym. Carissa, don't be there. It's the cursed gym. You go in there, you must drink 20 bottles of holy water and 500 Hail Marys. But Brittany, she was chosen for a particular reason. She had a particular set of skills. Skills for ass whooping. As you know, Brittany was used as cabin founder for one Miss Hype Job, Kayla Harrison, in her debut with the PFL. And what happened to Brittany? She got armbarred. Oh, Brittany got armbarred. Oh, God, Brittany. Oh! And the PFL, they knew they needed the right sucker to stack up the opportunity for the self-proclaimed GOAT. So the fight was set up. It was originally supposed to be set up before another date, but because of COVID restrictions and everything else, it was pushed back. And then, and the ladies were seeing like, Brittany has a look on her face like, I have a chance. I think I can beat her. But Clarissa was feeling determined. She wanted to prove herself in the world of mixed martial arts. And these women went shoulder to toe, head to head, two Amazons ready for battle. So last night was the debut of Clarissa Shields, T-Rex Shields, against Brittany Elkin at PFL. And she was a headliner. So Brittany comes out throwing a loop in there. All right. And the problem is Brittany's too, Clarissa's too boxy heavy. She did throw a kick, And she did do her best using her boxing. But she needed to work more on takedown defense. And Brittany used kicks and attacks. But you know what? Even though she was lacked the experience, Chris knew how to handle herself. But she still was too boxing heavy. Fighting like a boxer. You cannot fight an MMA fighter like a boxer, Carissa. You have to be smart. You have to have a plan. What happened is, Carissa gets takes down. And she looks like, oh, shit. I am down. What am I going to do now? She's looking around the corner at Jackson Wink and not saying anything to her. Not saying not a word. That's why I told you, don't be in Jackson with Jim. Get away from them. And Brittany gets on top. You know, she's dominated. And here with PFL, that's one thing about PFL. Elbows are not legal. And that's the lucky thing about with Carissa with this fight. She wasn't getting elbow strikes. If she was, she would get cut and busted up. At one point, she almost got armbarred. And she got up. Brittany, get up. So Carissa, get up. Get up off the ground, off the mat, Carissa. Get up. Get up, you son of a bitch. The Joker loves ya. And she gets up again. And pretty much starts the same thing. But she was going better. It was by the third round. She was going and pushing the fight. She was doing better this time. At one point, Brittany tried to go with a takedown, but she stuffed the takedown. And she gets, Carissa had Brittany where she had her. And then she was just dropping bombs. And bombs. And bombs. Destructions like gasoline and dynamite. And then the referee said it was over. Yes. And T-Rex Shields had her first win in the PFL cage. Congratulations. You beat a baloney jabroni. Oh, poor Brittany. She lost. Poor Brittany. You were meant to be lost. You were meant to lose, Brittany. It's the plan from the get-go. It was in the cards the whole time, Brittany. You were never meant to win. No. Even though you were successful the first 2 rounds, you were never meant to win. The star in the show was T-Rex Shields. See, with her, she's a star. That's why she's headlining this episode of PFL. Headlining this show. But there's talks about her fighting Amanda Nunes. Don't do it. You're not ready for her. Don't do it. You're not ready for the Lioness Queen. You're not ready for her. You need time. One thing you need to do is, you don't need to be in Jackson with GM. They want to keep you there because you know why? Because Holly Holmes' ovaries are old and dried up. And they want to create a new, stronger fighting force. So they want you to mate with John Jones. So they can create stronger fighters. No, you don't want that, Britt. You don't want that for yourself, Carissa. You don't want to be breeding stock. Here's a plan for you. And it's a plan I have worked out perfectly for you. First off, have a rematch with Hannah Gabriels. She just recently fought a fight some time ago and won a title. You have a rematch against her. Just to prove that first fight wasn't just by a fluke. Then, if there's possibly, finally, get that rematch you always want after with Savannah Marshall. You owe her that. She lost back in the Olympics years ago. Try to see if we can find this way to make this happen. We got to make this happen. This is the fight of the century. It has to happen. And then, get away from Jackson Wink. Find a grimy, dungy gym. Train with them. Build you up. Make you a better fighter. Put some anarchy in your world, Carissa. Change your life. Change the narrative. Make yourself a better fighter. Don't be there playing on TikTok with Holly Holmes and Michelle Waterhead. So anyway, to you, Carissa, this is from your friend, the Joker. I want to wish you congratulations on your win. But this might be the only win if the PFL don't stack with better, lesser fighters. So take your advice from your dear friend, the Joker. Be smart. Take some time. Fix a few things. Clean some holes up. Don't be like James Toney when he fought Randy Couture all those years ago. Don't be a chump. Don't be a jabroni. Be a smarter fighter. Have a plan. And make sure that plan works. Take some advice from your Joker.